Hello and welcome back to our Giana Sisters Twisted Dreams playthrough. This is World 2.5. Haven't been here. Kind of, as I said in the last couple episodes, kind of trying to take it a little more relaxed. Oh wow. Oh, I like the barrel picnic basket. That's K plus R. John. Like Mr. Smiley Tree over there. No. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, sorry. And you know, the part of that's something I will definitely say is kind of a neat thing for me in this game is that I absolutely could very easily stand there and just take a look at the stuff that's changing, you know, as I'm going through the level and just stop and stare, and that says something. I mean, not because it's me. It just says something because it has the game has the ability to do just that. It has the ability to make you stop and look around in a situation where maybe you wouldn't have, simply because you're looking at the art style that they chose, or the dynamic that you're noticing, and you know, oh wow, like I said, that's somewhat rare due to the fact that uh-oh, well, we may have bypassed a chunk of the level. That's okay. Oh, geez, we went all Mario foot on that one. Hey there. There's always hidden goodies. That's a testament to how well the mechanic was done, in that it hasn't felt forced. It hasn't felt like oh they just, you know, I have to be this sister because stuff. You know, which is a terrible way of saying it, but what I'm trying to get across is that the ability for a game to make you look at its artwork and say, wow, I'm really glad that I was able to look at this artwork and see it in this light of the mechanic working so well with the art style. You know, there's something to be said for that. That's not every, you know, there's not every game is going to get that sort of that level of detail. Because I mean, well, right there. I mean, it's a broken down windmill, and it turns into a, you know, what are those things called? I completely spaced it. It's a water wheel, and then it's a, well, usually they're like I don't know, I forgot. You know, I just completely spaced what those are called, and now I feel oh wow, that's an interesting puzzle. I really kind of dig that one. Don't want to go higher. You know, that level of detail to where you actually want to stop and look at the artwork. Oh, he's the savior owl. He's the one who lets you get over to this if you miss your jump. Again, it's not every game that's going to have that effect on you. You're not going to have all the benches do say the same thing. Oh wow, a little mausoleum over into a house. And again, like I said, it's interesting because the mechanic doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like, oh, they're making me... They're making me do this. It feels like, oh, okay, I need to do X to figure out, you know, where to go next, and oh, well, looks like I'll get an opportunity to try that again. It ends up not feeling forced, and that's, as I'm trying to say, well, while actually doing the platforming, that's a really good thing, because oftentimes, especially like if you played the Wii in recent years, it's not a bad console, but oftentimes the motion controls, or some of the PlayStation Kinect games are really awful about this too, along with the Wii. I would say the Move... Oh. Let's try it this way. Let's try the Thinking Man's game before we get ourselves killed. Alright, that looks like that's about it for here. This is certainly not... I don't think this is directly the result of Sony, in this particular case. I think that a lot of companies that had already been designing games and things for the PlayStation, yeah, that's kind of what I thought was going to be the case. I think a lot of the people that were already designing games for the PlayStation really kind of knew what their game was before the Move had come out, because the Move kind of had a really short time frame between when you were told about it and okay, and when it was... Whoa. My gate goes up faster than... Oh, no, this, how am I going to do that one? That's how I'm going to do it. Oh. There was kind of a short time frame between when the game was designed, or when the Move was when the Move was first really announced, because they kind of announced it at that E3, and it had the Deadman's demo game that they had with it, and I don't quite see how to get that. Oh well. As I said, no stress. The Deadman's Medieval Moves game was kind of their big calling card, so to speak. Yeah, we'll go down and get that. And I think to a certain extent, because it was kind of a shorter period of time where the developers had to oh, how am I... Oh! Very nice. I think with that slightly shorter period of time where the developers had to adapt to the idea, I think genuinely a lot of them just didn't bother, which is why you don't see like a ton of move games. You know, it's not like the Connect where we on the Connect, we kind of, you know, Microsoft fairly well showed they wanted to get it marketed out there as fast as possible and the maximum support, and that's a good thing on their part because, you know, without them sort of, well, you can see the difference when you get to Sony, and that's again not a complaint. I would, you know, I certainly don't want people to think that's a complaint. Both had their places, and in the case of oh, how do you suppose? No, back up. Neutral jump does. Neutral, no, that's not a neutral jump. No. Kind of looks like I'm gonna have to... Yeah. So, in the case of you know, Microsoft, they did a lot of work to get the move. It's not a move. They did a lot of work to get their Connect out there as a. Oh, that could have gone very badly, very rapidly. And to get developer support behind it, because that was kind of a hard thing. And I don't think Sony ever really... Oh, I did not mean to. Oh, well. Yeah, whatever happens, happens. Oh, didn't even see him. I don't want that stuff. You know, Nintendo and Microsoft kind of pushed all in on that, and in some cases the game was marginally useful. In other cases, I didn't particularly find that the motion controls added anything to, you know, quite a few titles. You're something over in a wall over here. Wasn't I here earlier? Oh, that was... Sorry, I'm distracted by thinking I was here earlier. Well, maybe not. I imagine if I was here earlier, I would have seen that coming. Yeah, okay, that's gonna be it. But yeah, I think, to, you know, the detriment of a few games, you know, Sony and or Microsoft and Nintendo have been pushing movement controls. Not a bad thing. I mean, it's not like, oh, move controls are evil. No, because, you know, I mean, good God, there's some great games with motion controls where it doesn't feel forced, it doesn't feel tacked on. Oh, I was letting go of the button a little too soon. And that's... Oh, wow. I am not going to do very well in this sequence. I can see this now. Alright. Oh, yay! No, you could jump on its head. Can't say that I would be unappreciated. But yeah, I think to a certain extent, you know, that I think is a lot of people's complaint about motion control games in general, is that, you know, they're very, a lot of times it feels very forced. Oh, that was a terrible idea. The motion controls feels forced. It's, you know, some games immensely benefit. Great example, you know, most of the actual, you know, Nintendo games benefited quite well from a lot of the motion controls. What am I, racing this thing? Yes, I am racing it. Okay. I can live with that. I have no problem with that. You know, especially if you look at a lot of the Nintendo ones, I mean, Nintendo Sports is a fantastic example of absolute... Oh, well, we are... No, we are not at the end of the level. Okay, we're almost at the end of the level. But, as I was saying, motion controls kind of generally turned out bad, but Nintendo themselves turned out good. Sony not pushing that, I think, was a good thing. And that's what I was... it's a weird tangent, but basically it relates to the game in that none of the mechanics feel forced. So it makes it a fun to play even when you're dying and losing. So that's pretty happy. I'm going to stop rambling now, and I thank you guys for watching, and hope you have a great day, everyone, and come back for the next episode.